Welcome to today's vlog. Sorry I'm recording this intro after the video. Some reason it got lost. It did. The intro I did when I was there, so my apologies. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please like and subscribe down below. And hopefully we'll go on some more adventures soon.
So we've got a bit of a queue forming, obviously, so we're going to try and go around that because obviously we don't want to get stuck in all the queue. So there will be, no doubt, have some animals right close to the gate. That's one of the main reasons why we tend to have a bit of a blockage going on. So what we'll do is there are plenty of these animals, so we'll just ride past them and we'll catch them up on that side of the park. So the first one you're going to see is actually the African plains section, which is where your Africa's biggest animals are. So we're talking about rhino, buffalo, antelope, and giraffe, etc., etc. So those are the ones we first see, and then we see Asian ones, which are the Indian ones a bit later on. So what you can see being chased away at the moment is a common eland, which is actually Africa's largest antelope, and they are very used to being fed out of windows and things. It's a bit like an inverse McDonald's drive-through, really. Well, we're going to go past these guys because we've got quite a few of them on the other side, so I'll do it from here. So don't panic, we'll see these a bit further round. Oh, seatbelt. Yeah, I do, yeah. Right, if you want to feed one, this is going to be on your left hand side. So what you need to do is open your hand, put some feed in your hand, and obviously then they will there's a few bits there. Thank you. Just keep your hand nice and flat. They will eat the box if they're allowed to do so. So what we've got, we've got 3 zebras there. These are the Grevy's zebras, and we know the Grevy's zebras because they have thin stripes. Now, with regards to the zebra, scientifically speaking, it is a black horse with white stripes, not a white horse with black stripes. Apart from the fog. Okay, we're going to come to some buffalo in a minute. Okay, so these are the Congo buffalo. Now, in Africa, a lot of lions actually get injured by the buffalo, and in that case, it's normally the water buffalo opposed to the Congo buffalo. These are the lesser known species, as it were. Okay. And they have got very nice hairy ears, and they could quite easily do the L'Oreal advert if they chose to do so. They could just sort of waft their ears and that's it. Got nice hairy ears. They do have hollow horns swept back, and that's indicative of animals that would normally go through the bushes and low-lying trees and so on. And they are quite dangerous animals. I mean, I've seen them chase the zebra, depending on where you're from, around the park. So if they get out of bed the wrong way, that can be quite a bit of a shirty animal. So on the right-hand side, we have some African white rhino. Now these two are two old ladies. They do tend to hang around together. They're getting on a bit now, bless them. And as you can see from where they're eating at the moment, which is like a grazing posture, and if you look at her front of her head there, she has quite a wide mouth. Now the thing with the wide mouth is basically that links to the name, and what the name should be is African wide-mouthed rhino, not white rhino. So we've got an eland coming on the right hand side. So if you have a chance for the people on the right hand side to have a go. And again, as I say, they all feed slightly differently, so just keep it nice and level. Oh, that one's quite a gentle one, that one. Yeah. Didn't lose my fingers too much.
Yeah, they all
There you park. Some more rhino there. On the left hand side, we have a mum and we have a young one grazing quite nicely there. Oh, in fact, there's 2 little ones, 2 young ones. You can see the one behind there. Oh. There you go, you can see the target now on the back side of the ellipses there. And they do look as though they've sat on the toilet seat, haven't they? Yeah, yeah. You might catch a glimpse of lions on the left hand side as we go past the outer side.
Yeah.
Yep, so these are lodges. So the ones in front of you here are the rhino lodges, and the ones on the side of it are the giraffe lodges.
Right, Ollie, use your eyes and see if you can see any tracks.
Oh. We will see the giraffes on the, as we come back round to it.
Can you see the giraffe?
So the giraffes what we have here are Rothschild's giraffes. That is quite a common species found in most of the collections that you would see in zoos. There are a few other species that zoos tend to have. But we have quite a good group here, herd, I should say.
Yeah.
When they're born, they're 6 feet tall. And they go all the way up to a double-decker bus in height.
Wow. Giraffe. Oh, giraffe. Kisses.
And would you believe it? They have 7 vertebrae in the neck, just the same as we do. But it's just a lot bigger, obviously.
Yeah.
Kisses.
We've got some Ankoli cattle in the way at the moment.
Bye-bye.
And then you know. Can you see them?
These are domesticated breed from when they started to be domesticated around about the time of the Vikings started sort of running around. And these horns, which are an impressive set of horns, they're actually hollow, except for the layer of blood vessels around the inside. So if they get really, really hot in the African countries, they can actually increase the blood flow, and it acts a bit like a mobile radiator, so when as they're walking around it dissipates the heat, helps to cool them down. And these are brilliant. This is Floppy, and she loves being fed, so it's very, very, very gentle, this one. So if you want to feed them, by all means. Hi Flops, how you doing?
I do YouTube, so it's...
Yeah. Oh, okay, right. Well, don't, you won't want my voice on there, I'll tell you. Scare all the customers away. Everyone fed what the one? Yeah, everyone's okay with that? Yep. Okay, Flops, see you later. Bye.
Oh.
It's a gentle old soul, that one. Okay, so we've got a few ostriches, yep. And this is the giraffes, the other plains zebra. Sorry, not giraffes, zebra that I was telling you about. So that's the one with the wider stripes, and this is the one that you tend to see on the documentaries a lot more often, the more common. And she's just run off down the other side. Okay, don't feed the ostriches, they can peck you quite sharply. They are quite prehistoric looking birds. They have of course evolved from the dinosaurs.
It's so sweet.
They are the world's biggest bird of course, and the world's, they are quite fast as well. And these are the dark ones, are from the island of Sohoy in Scotland, so they are Sohoy sheep. And we've got Cameroon sheep, which of course are the light coloured black ones underneath. Now the beauty of these guys is we don't have to shear them. They all are basically a self-shearing breed, so they lose the wool in their own time. And we do use them to go over to the triple SI, which I'll talk to you a little bit later on about.
No, sit down.
We've got some deer on the left hand side. They are normally, they used to be ranging around, but we've had to do a bit of a change around at the moment. So they are behind the fence line as well. They normally eat out your end quite well. These are elves deer, not elves as in pointy ears, but but they are elves deer. They're quite rare in the wild, probably because they're sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Trusting of humans, by the way. So obviously, being a deer, the boys have the antlers, and of course the girls don't. So that's the difference on that one. And of course, being deer, of course, the boys also lose their antlers at least once a year. Some species twice a year. Okay, so we're going to go and try and see if we can see the first of the predators now. So that means all windows to be closed. So these are the African wild dogs, otherwise known as the painted dog. We have a sort of picture of them just on here. They do have quite big ears actually for the size of head, and a lot of people do actually confuse them with hyenas, which I understand, but they are different species. So these species can hunt in packs of up to 20, and they will bring down prey up to 20 times bigger than that, or 10 times bigger than they are. It's not the case with predators, unfortunately.
Wow.
So hopefully, we'll see.
Wow. Uh-oh.
Sneaky feeling though, it don't appear to be. I don't think the sun's out enough for them at the moment, unfortunately. They're probably inside there. And then when it's raining, they want standing right by the entrance. So obviously we have to give them the opportunity to stay out of the bad weather if they wish. So the birds eating on some of the bones that they've been gnawing on. Obviously that helps to keep their teeth in check. The next predators are the lions, so hopefully they're quite a decent size, so we should have no problem seeing those. So these are the brown lions. These are the ones from Africa, opposed to the white lions, which are from South Africa, which hopefully we'll see later on, just as we go around. And the first thing you'll note is the impressive, I always think it's impressive, the structure of the lion's head carved into the stone right in front. We call that lion rock. And in the summertime, when the full sun's out, they actually sunbathe quite nicely on top of that rock. And it is actually the highest point within the whole park as well. So for mating, it's generally solitary. And these are also the only cats that have tassels on the end of their tails as well. I've got two backs of two lionesses just on the. Oh, here we go. Yeah, one's just coming back in as well. Yeah, sat on it. Now, strangely enough, the one that's actually sat on it, she's very complicates matters a little bit, because that's actually a male. It's a male without a mane, because when he was done, because he's one of the sons of one of the main males in the pride, so we had to get him done to stop so he wouldn't compete and interfere with some of the other females. And because it was done at such an early age, lack of testosterone, it seems to have stopped him producing a mate. Yeah. But you can see physically he's actually bigger than the other females. So if you look at that one there, when the other one stood up, which is on the left hand side, he's definitely a lot bigger. So we'll drive round, hopefully we'll see them from the other side, and obviously some of the boys are over that side. Oh, there we go. So we have a boy on the right there. I have two boys there. So yep, they'll be looking straight at you in a moment. We also have another lioness just on the left hand side, looking to see what she can have for dinner. Well, in the mind anyway. So there's three boys, so there's a third boy somewhere. Okay, so we're going to hopefully see some of white lions there. That's a picture of an old male white lion. Sadly, he's no longer with us. He died of old age, basically. Lions only tend to live up to about 18 years. Tigers slightly longer, up to about 20 years. But obviously, that all depends on the individual. So at the moment, we've only got 9 female lionesses at the moment in the pride, compared to the brown ones. So all the predators in the park are fed beef and horse on a rotational basis, with obviously big bones thrown in for them to chew and clean the teeth on. They're usually a lot easier to see for obvious reasons, because they're a bit like snow tigers or snow lions, if you like. There you go, white one there, just the other side of the rock, just there. So they are quite relatively close to the side, which is good. Oh, there's one further down as well. They look a bit more cuddly, these do. They look a bit bigger as well. I think it's more like because of the light reflecting off them. But yeah, there you go. They're just the same as any other cat, really. If you stuck a big cardboard box in the middle, that one of them would sit in it now, again. So if you stay in the lodges at any time and you hear the lions roaring, it's usually the white lions that usually kick it all off. They usually sit there roaring away. So we have 3 species in this section. We have some Blesbok antelope, which is basically the one that's facing us at the moment, just eating the grass.
Wow!
Yeah. And we have some Barbary sheep, which are mountainous sheep, and they are further down in the middle of the road, just down the bottom. Sheepies, yeah. And we also got some Persian fallow deer or spotted deer. So the Blesbok are called that because of the white blaze markings down the front of the face, which you'll see quite nicely as you go through the gate. And yeah, that one there, yeah. And when in Afrikaans language, blaze is called blaze, and that's why they're called Blesbok. So it seems a strange name, but it all refers to the blaze marking on the front of the face. And these guys are from South Africa as well, so and they actually are quite common. So there's plenty of these guys. Okay, so the Barbary sheep are in the middle of the road. They look a little bit like goats, to be frank. No, they do, honestly. Yeah, so they're not your normal woolly sheep. They are sheep that actually are found on the side of mountains and dams and things like that. So they are quite sure-footed, so they don't tend to fall to the plummet to their death. So they are very good at clinging on. And as I say, they do look a bit like goats. Now we've got to show one little way of knowing if you're looking actually at a sheep or a goat. Sheep's tails tend to hang down, and goats' tails tend to point up when they're walking around. So that's sort of it. I'm seeing the deer yet. They might be over. So we're going to go through the last of the drive-through predator sections now, and this is the Asian wild dog. Okay, so these guys look a bit like foxes in your back garden. A little bit bigger, more rounded faced, shorter snout. But in Sumatra, where they also live, they have obviously competition with the Sumatran tiger. Now obviously individual to individual, obviously the tiger's always going to win, much bigger, but of course these are pack animal, Again, it could be up to 20 in a pack. And so what they tend to do as well in the wild, they tend to scent mark high up a tree or scent post by standing on the forelimbs, and that then sort of gives the image of a much bigger animal to the tiger that's going to smell the scent mark. So hopefully the tiger then walks away in the opposite direction and leaves them alone. So they are very good swimmers. So they quite happily swim through the streams and pools and so on in Asia after their prey, sorry. And they would actually force their prey to those watering holes where they can obviously trap them and kill them.
Mummy. Mummy. Mummy.
Mummy's holding.
Daddy. Daddy. Daddy.
You want me to get out?
Don't you like it, Daddy?
Yeah. Unless you get out of the lines.
We have had people try and get out too. So, hello. We had a man send his 7-year-old son to find out where the quickest route out of here was in the line pen. It's just a tap on the window. What? Hey, what are you doing? Yeah, so it does happen.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, see if we can see something. They are quite well camouflaged because they are reddish brown colour, and of course this time of year we have a lot of brown leaves and bracken and so forth. Once you get your eye in with these guys, they tend to be quite easy to spot.
Can you see it? You can. Oh, you've got tellers on.
Oh yes, I can. Right next to the fence line, just over there. See, lying down in the ground. So look, just slightly right to the tree, along that line. And he's licking his chops at the moment. Having a clean, yeah. Now hopefully we can find some more.
Use your eyes so you can see more.
There's about a dozen or so in here, so but you never see them all. Sure way. Oh. Go off. Oh, there you go. Oh, there we go. Yep, on the right left-hand side. And they are quite much more beefy. They're definitely a dog, canine. They're also called whistling dogs, but the official name is the dhole. And again, these like the African dogs, they're quite social. They're quite playful. So you're in a hot day, they're lying around playing with each other, rolling around. One running up and down the fence line at the far end, two of them in fact, and there's one asleep just on the left hand side there. Go back to the rider. So yeah, there we go. So one horn, as the name suggests, and these are more browsers than grazers, although currently he's feeding off the ground, but he's also got an elevated position. The skin, which acts as the armour, can be up to about 5 centimetres thick in places, so it's quite thick skin. No real natural predators other than the human with a rifle, of course. And if the poo is not cleared away, it will produce what they call a poo midden, which is a pile of poo, about a metre tall. And that then has the smells wafting through the trees, of course, and the woodland. So the rhinos next door then know who's next door and what condition they are, and it's the male, female, etc. Very prehistoric, as I say. Stick 2 horns and a shield down its neck, and you've got a triceratops. Yeah? That's what I think, anyway. So these little ones running around at the moment. These little ones running around at the moment are female black buck. So female black buck, which is the only ones we have here. They have very good eyesight. They've got quite big eyes actually for the size of skull. The sense of hearing and smell is not as on par with the eyes, but obviously it's still quite good. Now they do actually have a trick up the sleeve of leaving an oily trace of chemical on in the grass or wherever they walk, so the hooves excrete it. And the idea of that is that if they do lose the pride in the middle of the night or whatever, they can actually follow that trail back to the pride, back to the herd, sorry, not pride. And so quite an ingenious little trick. And these are the one of the species that actually will jump up on all fours off the ground if they are being chased by a predator. Right, let's go and see if we can see some big deer. Right. So these guys at the top of the hill, these are Barasinger deer, and associated with watering holes in Asia. And again, they have quite big ears for the size of the head as well, so they can listen to any tigers that might be around. A Barasinger is actually a Hindi word for 12 points or 12 tins, which means the number, which refers to the number of points on the male stag's antlers. Now, obviously, this stag here is obviously quite a juvenile one, so he hasn't got his full-blown antlers. But you can actually see the main stag just over there, lying down at the moment. Yep, running around. Yep. Like all deer, they're all quite skittish as well, so the slightest thing as well sends them packing. And these are, I say, usually associated with watering holes, I say, rivers and so on in Asia. Yeah, but they are running around, having a little bit of a play. But these guys don't, on average, tend to come and feed too much. But there's the main stag there. So all the young ones from last year was that's dad, basically. And some of the younger stags will be challenging you in no doubt in the rut to actually take access to some of the females. Then we're going to go and see if we've got some white tigers out.
Close the window again then.
If they're out, it depends, you know. They obviously do have the option for... Yeah. So you don't need to do that, we drive around the outside. So,
oh, that's
yeah,
alright.
we're not going through that, so. So we have 2 white male Bengal tigers. Now there are no Bengal tigers left in the wild. The last one was shot, I think, around 1958 or something like that. Obviously quite a few still in captivity. So you can, there he is, just over there. So his name is Buster. Oh, there he is. Yeah, so, and also on the front legs there is a black stripe all the way down, and that is also a predator evasion tactic. So if they're in the water, and there may be a crocodile, alligator or something like that, then they're less likely to get spotted with the black leg than they are with the white leg. Okay, so this one holding up the traffic in the middle of the road is a Formosan deer. Again, being deer, the males have the antlers and the females don't. And there is also slightly further down, there is a Philippine spotted one as well, further down the hill. If she wants to eat at you, and you can actually feed it, it's not a problem. It would do no feeding refers to the camels, which are further down.
Do you want to feed this one, Ollie? Come back out.
Come on, then you want to feed. Sometimes they actually look at them, then look to the ground. Oh, go on, oh, you're lucky. Oh, there you go. Well done.
Does Ollie want to try? Yeah. Ready?
Yeah.
Just like you. He's trying to get out the window.
Right, so let's see if we can see from the people on the left, see if we can. So the camels actually, these are the two varieties of camel, and they are Bactrian camels obviously, and they are very well engineered for the life in the desert. Can anyone tell me what's actually stored in those humps, in camels' humps?
The brains.
Some would probably say that. It's fat reserves. What it is, a lot of people do think it's water, by the way, so you're not on your own, but yeah, they don't actually store water anywhere. They saturate the body with it. So if you drank the same amount of water as they did pound for pound, you'd drown. So their biology is well engineered for, oh, he'll feed out your hand, this guy. Well engineered for life in the desert. So the fat reserves, they break down the fat reserves, which actually helps them give the energy to go through the desert. But they have got quite a few other engineering specifications. Their nasal cavities have got baffles in them down there, which means that when they breathe out, the water droplets can condensate, and they can drink that back and keep it in the body. The poos tend to be quite dry, and the urine is quite concentrated. So again, water reabsorption. The rest of the Formosan deer herd is just on the right hand side amongst the rocks. Come on, you're holding up a queue now, mate. These are Pierre David's deer, these ones just in front by the watering hole just there, and they are extinct in the wild. They are trying to get them back into the wild, but at the moment they're just in parks and so on. But most of the herds in the European collections are all traced back to Woburn Abbey, where they first started to actually breed them. And on the left hand side you have female Banten cows. These are the females to the big black one that you saw earlier, which is the male. They look a bit like our Jersey cows, to be fair. So again, you would see these roaming around in the Indian high streets. And these are the red leckby that we saw just earlier.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have two African elephants in our collection. A female 5 and the male Coco. Bull elephants can weigh up to 6 tons, females can weigh up to 3 tons. And the one in front of you there, obviously he's quite a big guy, so that's Coco. I'll just pull around the front so we can get a better picture of him there. Unfortunately, I think he's behind the hill, so you're not going to get a front-on picture, I don't think. Oh, we have an ostrich in the middle of the road. A bit like Roadrunner. Right, see if we can see if he's just there. Oh yeah, he's just there. Just behind that bunch of rocks there. Just there. So hopefully Coco will mix with Five at some point when they finally get introduced and they know each other properly. Five's son, called Sutton, he actually got moved to Bristol, Noah's Ark farm, where there's a bachelor herd, and he's joined them down there, which allowed us to get the Coco in. Five is just on the other side of this mound here. Hopefully we'll see it as we go further up. She was called Five because when she came, because she's an African court rescue, that was the only thing that was actually on the container was the number 5, so I thought, you know, call her Five.
Why not?
Why not? Yeah, why not? The African elephants have about 40,000 muscles in that trunk, so that's why it's so strong, dexterous, and versatile. So the giraffes then, as I said, they are Rothschild's giraffes. The horns on top of the head are called ossicones, which are a bit of an evolutionary throwback because obviously pre-evolutionary they would have had a full set of horns coming at the top. Obviously being so tall now they don't really need them, so they are sort of redundant really. And as I say, they're 6 feet tall when they're born and they go all the way up to a double-decker bus in height. So when they get stuck in the traffic and they blocks everything on the road.
Mm.
one. You look at these. Who's coming? He's coming, he's coming.
Okay.
Oh, he's coming.
Imagine cleaning them lodges and having a giraffe.
And you always know when you buy the giraffes because you can smell them.
Yeah.
Very distinctive smell, giraffes. Right,
There's one more, right?
hello.
But
Okay guys, that's your safari for today. Hope you enjoyed it. There's plenty more to see through the walkthrough bit. Lots more animals, rides and so on to see as you go through the walk bit. So plenty more to do. Yeah, try not to feed the dinosaurs because it doesn't digest very well. You got sea lion.
Lydia's Scottish. It wouldn't be the first time she's kicked someone out of the way. It probably won't be the last. That is your warning. We're going to be showing off all of Bounty's beautiful angles for everyone to see. So don't worry, you will still be able to see him. Vicky's going to show him off for everyone. So he is our youngest, like I said, he's now 14 years old. And the main reason that we like to train him on our side of the glass is because this one's got a lot of energy. We like to burn that energy by keeping him in the water. Give him a wave, everybody. Say hello. I told you you'll get to see his beautiful angles. Absolutely stunning. And a bit of a splash. We love a bit of a splash for theatrics, why not? So one of the things that we love to go through with you guys when you come here to watch our show is actually what he is. Because a lot of people get a little bit confused. A lot of people walk away, and although you've walked under a huge sign that says what they are as you come in, if you've got really good eyesight, it's written on the back of our stage. A lot of people still tell us that they've really enjoyed our otter show, dolphin show, whale show. They are none of the above, I'm afraid. We've even had 3 individual people now tell us that that is a seagull. It is not a seagull, unfortunately. The biggest one, though, that we have quite a lot is that people have really enjoyed our seal show. Oh dear. Oh my goodness. I cannot repeat that. That was not family friendly. He hates being called a seal, ladies and gents, because he's not one. He's a sea lion, and although they do look pretty similar, they are in fact completely different animals. So we're going to go through a couple of the differences this afternoon, yes we are, to tell you guys exactly what it is that you've come to see. Size of their flippers, ladies and gents. So if you're an adult here in our crowd today, put your hands in the air, wave them around. Come on, there's way more adults than that. Thank you very much. Now your adult hand is the same size as an adult seal's flipper. So well done you guys, you've grown that all by yourselves. However, look at the size of those bad boys. Look at the size of them in comparison to our adult hands. This is the next difference. Sea lions have much bigger flippers than seals. Means they can be much more agile in the water, they can twist and turn in a matter of seconds. They can also swim at around 25 miles per hour, whereas a seal can only really plod along at around 8 miles an hour. Seals are not as nearly as majestic in the water as these guys. These guys can do all sorts of cool things, like so. The next one's a little bit higher, guys. Should we give him a cheer if he makes it? Of course he's made it. He's a sea lion. He's got those beautiful flippers that allow him to project himself up to 3 meters out of the water. Woo woo, what a record. That's how high that second boy is. So we love to challenge him and we love to give him the chance to show off those beautiful flippers. So the last difference is how they move on land. Now, seals have what we call a fixed hip joint. So what that means is they can't really move their flippers very much at all. They basically have to push themselves along really awkwardly on land. Bounty's going to give us a really good impression. Are you ready? It's basically like a big fat slug. Oh, come on guys, give him a cheer. That's super encouraging. So this is my favourite part of the show where you guys get the dread, because I have one question for you. So this is where you need to take part, unfortunately. I now know how loud you can all cheer as well, so there's no getting away with this one either. I need you guys to answer my one question, and that is, what is Bounty? Come on guys, what is he?
Sea lion!
He's giving you a round of applause. I think he likes to say the seal of approval. No, not the seal of approval. The sea lion of approval. So we're going to let Bounty go off and have a little bit of a break. He's done a good job teaching us all about what he is this afternoon. We'll give him one more round of applause, everyone. So just a little bit more about him as an individual. So all he's waiting for right now, really, is for Vicky to go around and open that door that's on the stage. Now, like I said earlier in the show, he's got a lot of energy. He does not understand the meaning of keeping still. So if he was on either one of our other sea lions, he would be sat waiting patiently by the door, waiting for Vicky. But no, he's got to go around and number 8 around the pool non-stop. And he normally can work out just how long it takes Vicky to get to the door. But if she hasn't made it in that time, off he goes again. You'd think he'd just wait nice and patiently, but he doesn't know. He doesn't know how to. He knows she should be there any second now. There we go. Off he goes, everyone.
Anyway.
These are the red panda.
Anyone got donuts? Kick it over there and get the lights.
Oh, looking at meerkats. A little one perched up on the log there. Hello. And we've got 2 more down here. Digging a hole. Well, there's not one there as well. Probably a few more around. Yeah, I want to take one home. Oh. Ah. Museum. Hello. Hello. Oh, I love your tail. This is so sweet. Yeah. Oh.
Okay, hold on tight, here we go.
Thank you, ma'am. Look at good going. There's a couple of further people in it.
Welcome to Jumbo Parade. Hold on tight, the ride's back to you. If you press and hold the buttons in front of you, they will make the entrance right.
What a weird name for a tortoise. Pancake tortoise. It's quite quick.
Oh, it's moving up, look, it's moving up.
I feel like it's funny. It's cute. Look, it's there.
This is a lizard. There's two of them.
It goes around the kids, that's what that basically looks like.
Hold it, look at the snake. Look at the snake.
Alright, I don't see it now, girl.
Got the mouse in there.
Go see the mummy then.
Look.
Alright. Mum.
Look at the snake in the mouse.
Hey.
To the side of that one, look there. Look there,
Yeah, go around your body and push out.
Right at the back over there, you can see a red-tailed racer snake. That's what that is.
Look how long this is. Look how long this is, Jack. Jack, look, that star all the way down there. That's how big it is. Look, you here, where I am, that's a whole snake. Look, that's one massive.
I went on the drive-through safari this morning. That lasts approximately 2 hours, but if you come at the right time, you could do it in just over an hour, depending on how long you want to stop at certain animals for, kind of thing, and traffic. I think it took us roughly about an hour and 20 minutes. And I was on one of the minibuses, so if sun's a nice. So if you myself, like myself, who doesn't drive, can still experience the safari. You just pay an extra, I think it's £7.50 to experience the safari on like a minibus. You're not on a minibus by yourself, there's other people. But of course, it's well worth it if you can't drive, like myself.